Yo, what's up everybody? It's Peace-I. Welcome to another video. So for today, I'm going to be sharing the updated list of my Megalith Drytron strategy for Genesys format. So this is a 100-point deck. I'll go through everything. What's it called? I did play this in tournament. You saw a few rounds up. I think it was a 5-round tournament. Yeah. So you should see all 5 rounds up over the past few days. Like I mentioned in previous videos, I'm only posting 1 video a day. I took a week off of standard format Yu-Gi-Oh! So I haven't been playing regular locals, so like the content is a lot less than it used to be. But I like it. It's giving me more time to clear my head and stuff, and honestly, the current format kind of stinks. So I did want to try Genesys and give it a chance. And I wanted to mix Drytron with Megalith, but the hits are just too great. I even wanted to include a Benten, but that's 40 points by itself. You'll see in the duels some of the combos that I was able to pull off. But this list is not ideal. Honestly, I think pure Megalith is probably the way to go. So let's just get into the 100-point Genesys format Megalith Drytron deck that I played at locals. So, due to the amount of sleeves that I have, that I got from Fresh Haircut Charlie with the Peace-I logo on it, I only played a 57 card deck instead of 60. But yeah, it's just a lot of fluff that could just be gotten rid of. All right, first up is the level 12 Megalith Notre Pleura. So this is the new Megalith monster that allows you to make it so that on your turn you reveal it. Your opponent cannot activate any effects in response to your Megalith monster activations. So any effects of your monster activations, they can't do anything. And then its on-field effect is basically an Omni Negate. Next up is the level 8, so 3 Aeratron. This is the quick effect ritual summon. The Bethor, this is just a regular ritual summon. So in tournament, several times, especially against Dancing Joe, I was able to bring this out and clear boards. Because on summon, this pops cards your opponent controls up to the number of ritual monsters with different names in your graveyard. So I was able to bring this out during his turn and pop 4 of his cards. He was not happy about that. Shout out to Dancing Joe. And then 1 Phalag. This is the card that helps you close out games. You can also use it, ditch it to ritual summon, just like all the other level 8s. But this one on field makes all of your monsters gain 300 attack for each ritual monster in your graveyard. So things get really beefy. So yeah, that's the level 8s. Next is the level 4s. Ophiel, this searches monsters. Haggith, this is the really important one now. It searches spells. I'll show you or spells or traps. I'll show you the spells and traps later. Och, this one, its main effect is to draw 1 card, discard 1 card. The really cool thing about this one is that it only has 1,000 attack. So if you use Meteonis Drytron's effect to bring the ritual spell back to your hand from the graveyard, you can actually use it on your Drytron monster that's been reduced by 1,000 to bring it out from hand or grave. So that's useful if you already went through Megalith Fool. Here's another new one, Megalith Fulak. So on summon it adds from grave, and then you can also ritual summon from grave as a quick effect. So that's really nice. And then the star of the show, 3 Megalith Fool. This lets you quick effect ritual summon from deck or hand, which is crazy, and that comes up too. So this is really cool. Next up is the spells. This is Megalith Anastasis, the last new card from Dude. This is the best support that any deck could have ever gotten. So it's a continuous spell. You can discard a card to search a Megalith monster that's level 4 or lower, and 8 or higher. So it's a search 2 for a discard 1. So you can either add Fool or one of your level 4s, and one of your level 8s, or the and Notre Pleura. So that's a really cool, very good consistency card, which is probably why I should play this at 40 so that I can see this card, because like when you're resolving this, you're getting to combo. So this card's crazy. And then also, since it's continuous, it stays on the field. And then it has an effect where if you ritual summon a Megalith monster, you can activate one of the following effects. One effect is to distribute opponent's monster, non-targeting, so you just literally tribute one of their monsters. And then the other effect is you can draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. So on your turn, you're usually drawing 2, discarding 1, and then on your opponent's turn, you can either draw 2, discard 1, or just tribute one of your opponent's monsters. So Megalith Anastasis is crazy. I cannot believe it's a common. but it does follow the theme of the Megaliths. As you can see, all the Megaliths are super rare and common. And Konami completely missed this in the Genesis format, which is probably why you clicked on this video. All the Megalith cards are 0 points. I am popping 4 every single turn on my opponent's field with Bethor, and everything else to support it, including Bethor, is 0 points, just to throw that out there. Then there's another crazy card. This is one of the older cards, Megalith Unformed. This card is absolutely insane. It ritual summons from deck at quick effect speed. This is even in draw phase. Like, at any point in time, you can activate this quick play spell, and you tribute a monster or monsters that have twice the level of what you want to summon. So if you're tributing a level 4, you can summon Megalith Fool from your deck for free at quick effect speed, and then its effect on summon can happen to add back from grave, and then you can ritual summon from deck. So this is like a 1-card Bethor, basically. If you tribute a level 8, you can bring out any of the level 4s, which also searches your Fool. Everything gets you to Fool in this deck. So you can use this on your turn or your opponent's turn, and its bonus effect reduces the attack of your opponent's monsters if you don't want to summon from deck. So this card's never dead, ever. So crazy. Also, because you contribute non-Megalith monsters, you contribute your side-decked Lava Golems to bring out your level 4s. If you don't need to use the Lava Golems, if you also drew the Dark Ruler, like I did in my match, I was able to tribute a level 8 Lava Golem to bring out a level 4. So there's really nice synergies with level 4s in this deck. Your main normal summon that I haven't gotten to yet, Manju of the 10,000 Hands, gets you any ritual monster or ritual spell on normal summon. So if this gets Veilered or Impermed or like Widow Anchored or something, some targeted negation, this acts as like a Called by the Grave type of thing where it can dodge. I guess not Called by the Grave, but you know, you understand. It dodges because you're Chainlink 3, activating Megalith Unformed, tributing this off so it's no longer on the field to summon your Megalith Fool from your deck. Or you could use 2 level 4s, one including this, to summon out one of your other level 4s from deck. So it's just a really cool card. Megalith Unformed, like, this card is absolutely crazy. And then finally, I opted to play Megalith Portal. This just makes your guys not get destroyed by battle once per turn. And then also, if a Megalith monster summoned to the field, you can add a ritual monster from your graveyard to your hand. It just gives you better recursion. The longer this card is on the field, the more plus you go. Basically just like Anastasis. But like all these are obviously searchable by Haggith. So yeah. So that is the entire Megalith engine. There's also a trap that you could play with Megalith, but that's kind of win more. It's just once per turn Monster Reborn for a Megalith monster. So I don't think that's that strong. Unless like you need an extra access to Fool or something, you bring back the Fool and then you have to tribute other monsters. Like it's just win more. You're never getting to the trap card, especially if you're playing Drytron monsters. All right, so now finally getting to the Drytron engine. So this is where some of the points come up. So right away, 33 points from Drytron Alpha Thuban. This is just a nice one-up to have. It is searchable by a couple of the cards that I play. I tried to go less heavy on the Drytron package this time around, and you'll see that in the extra deck and stuff. But yeah, 33 points for this. 0 points for the Zeta. So this searches the ritual spell. So basically, if you have this with any level 4, you could tribute the level 4, bring this out to search your ritual spell, and then you can immediately activate your ritual spell to tribute this off to bring back that level 4. So this basically acts as, like, even if you're not playing a Drytron package, this is just so strong with any of your names, basically, any of the level 4 or lower names, that I think it's worth playing in any deck, even if it's not a Drytron strategy. Like, just this card alone is just very strong. Obviously, Megaliths and Drytrons both play into Droll, which kind of stinks, but, like, you kind of have to. If you're ritual summoning, that costs a lot of cards, so obviously these cards are going to search a lot. But yeah, just putting a level 1 body on board, being able to search the ritual spell that tributes machines, like, it's super useful. So I think even after I cut the Drytrons, I might put Zeta somewhere on the list, just because it's that strong. And it's the only one that comes into Secret Rare. Next up, I played 1 Delta just to draw an extra card and just to have utility because these are searchable. 2 Cyber Emergencies. I didn't want to go 3 because I didn't want to brick on Drytrons. This is obviously a lot less Drytrons than you would normally play in a Drytron list, but I just wanted to use them as utility, but mainly focus on the Megalith package. And you can see that, like, the Megalith package is huge. If I had cut this down closer to 40, I would have seen my Megaliths more consistently, but you live and you learn. So 2 Cyber Emergency to search any of these guys. One Fafnir. This is the field spell, which makes your opponent not active, or they like can't negate your ritual summons, your ritual spells or whatever. So one of this can search either 2 of the Nova, which special summons any of these guys from your deck, or it can search the ritual spell that your Zeta also searches. And this attributes any machine to ritual summon based on attack. So there's some cards in the extra deck that you can easily make, which really always turns these on, which is why I played 3. Because you can always, if you're playing the game, you can always access a machine, and I will show you that. And it's like, how can you do that without links? You will see, young ones. All right, so that is it for the Drytron package, surprisingly. But yeah, none of those cards are pointed besides Alpha, which is 33. Next up, I opted to play one of my favorite packages, Illusion of Chaos, so with Magician Souls. So this is really good in Drytron specifically. Obviously, you can't special summon your Magician Souls by dumping your Illusion of Chaos during the turn you use any of the Drytron effects because of the very harsh restriction, but you can put back your bricks. So this is a hyper searchable ritual monster off of Alpha or off of, spoiler alert, Preparation of Rites. To search this out, and then you can put back a brick and search a normal summonable level 1, and then you can search out your bricks later on, which I've done several times in tournaments. So check out the duels, and you can see that in action. I don't remember which one, so you'll have to watch them all. But yeah, I've always loved this in Drytron. It's a searchable way to allow you to get a level 1 normal summon, so you can easily make rank 1 plays, even if you only have one name. So Alpha with any ritual monster can get you into this, because Alpha can always search this, and then you can normal summon this, and then make a Kiki Nagashi Fucho, or whatever. Like, Mu Beta Fafnir is pretty good too, but that's 33 points. Next up is our 40-point card. I decided to play 1 Cyber Angel Benten. This is an extremely expensive card, but it's hyper searchable, and I figured if I'm looping it with Megalith Fool, there's 2 searches that I could do, and one search is the Manju that I mentioned before. This is a level 4 normal summonable that allows you to search any ritual monster or ritual spell in the game. So this is like always broken. And then Sakitama, this spirit monster who's a light fairy, which is searchable by Benten, is super broken. Remember how I mentioned that the Megalith Unformed can ritual summon from your deck by tributing monsters that are double the level? If you use Megalith Unformed to tribute the Sakitama, you can summon out your Fool, and it has an effect in the graveyard. If it was tributed, guess what? Once per turn, you can add a spirit monster from your graveyard to your hand, including itself. So you literally get to tribute this for free and bring it back. This also works if you're tributing for one of your level 4 monsters to ritual summon them. If you use it as a tribute, if it's tributed by any way, once per turn, you can bring it back to your hand. So it's an extra fodder. And another super broken effect about this is that once per turn, you can reveal it to normal summon it for free, which doesn't take up your normal summon. So not only does Benten search you an extra tribute fodder once per turn, but then after you've done tributing it and adding it back to your hand, activate it to bring another level 4 body on board, which gives you super pluses. So this package was really cool, and I wanted to try it. And when it worked really well. Because not only did it give you that extra tribute fodder, but it gave you an extra level 4 body to overlay with. So really strong there. So far, we had Benten for 40 points and Alpha for 33, which is 73 points. So we only have 27 points remaining for the rest of this list. All right, next engine is the Magic Key engine. So I opted to play Battles Buster with this brick right here, Magic Key Unlocking. So this is a 2000 attack power, level 4 machine ritual monster. So it just fits so many niches in this deck. Like, I just had to include it. It just fits in perfectly. So what you're doing with this is on summon, it searches a Magic Key spell or trap. And this Magic Key spell or trap is not an Omni negate, a counter trap spell and trap negate that changes the attribute of all monsters your opponent controls for the rest of the turn. So this is like essentially a floodgate, and it's really easy to access. And by having a searchable machine monster, you can have even access to more machines to use your ritual spell with. Okay, next up is the next pointed card. This is Preparation of Rites. So not only do you get to add a level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand, you also get to add back Genesys Drytron from your graveyard as well to give you an extra ritual summon. So this card by itself is just super broken. A ton of recursion. It's just amazing. There's nothing else to say about it. but it is 5 points each, which brings our total from 73 plus 15 is 88. So we only have 12 more points left. Next up, some free hand traps. So, Skullmeister is level 4, so it's really good to ritual summon with. So I opted to play 3 of this. And then DD Crow. This is also another free hand trap. It's searchable via the extra deck. And then also in a fringe scenario, you can normal summon it and overlay with one of your Drytrons. So that's pretty cool as well. Next up is our next pointed card. This is 10 points, bringing us to 98 points. So we only have 2 points left. Metamorphosis says tribute a monster and then summon from your extra deck a monster of equal level. So I only have 1 target, spoiler alert, but you could play a level 8 target, a level 4 target, a level 12 target, and a level 1 target, because those are all the levels in this strategy. I don't think I'll play this if I cut the Drytrons down, because the main target for this is a level 1 monster that I'll get to in the extra deck. But that's putting us at 98 points. The last 2 cards are the bricks that you're putting back with your Illusion of Chaos. The Full Armored XYZ and the Reincarnation Unveiling Mail. This is such a good package in Genesis because it's free and it allows you to change any rank 4 that you were just going to leave left over on the field into a disruption, which is a very powerful disruption, a non-targeting absorption of a monster. It doesn't put the monster in graveyard, it doesn't shuffle it back or bounce it to the hand, it absorbs it as XYZ material on your guy that I'll show you in the extra deck. So this is just really powerful, and I think it's worth playing the bricks, especially if you have a high deck count. I think I might cut it, unfortunately, and go with like an F-Zero package. If I'm cutting the Drytron cards, because cutting this down to like 40-ish, so you can see your powerful Megalith cards, will definitely allow you to see your bricks more often. But I wanted to play, since I'm playing 57, you can afford these 2 bricks, and sometimes you can put them back into your deck and then search them, like I did in my final match, round 5 against Jacob William. So that's the 57 card main deck, and I only have 2 points left for the entire side deck and extra deck. So, see if you can guess in the comment section at this point, if you're watching so far, where the other 2 points are. All right, so next up we have our rank 1s. So Lyrilusk Ensemble Robin. This is a disruption in the form of, if your opponent special summons, you can detach a material not once per turn and bounce the monster. So, like if your opponent special summoning monsters, detach, bounce. It's insane if this can be on your end board. Lyrilusk Assemble Nightingale. This is the one that attacks directly and can protect from battle or damage, which is nice. Lyrilusk Promenade Thrush this is basically a Lyrilusk extra deck. I could call this Lyrilusk in the deck profile. But Promenade Thrush is the spell and trap popper. Lyrilusk Recital Starling is the searcher that can deal damage to your opponent and yourself when it takes damage. What's it called? Its search effect can search Winged Beast level 1, so you can search your DD Crow. So if you have 2 extra bodies, you can overlay them into this, increase the attack of one of your guys on summon, and then detach to search a DD Crow. So it can change something that was not going to be a disruption into a disruption, which is really nice. And then Kikinagashi Fucho is our last bird. So if you get drolled or shifted or something, like I ended up getting drolled in my match against Jacob Z. Shout out to VZ Duelist. I was able to make a Kikinagashi Fucho and then pray. Because that's all you can do in that scenario when you get drolled and you're playing a deck like this that's terrible. Final rank 1 is the Sylvan Princess Sprite. So it's generic, you make it, you can detach, and then mill 1 card from your deck to the graveyard. If it's a monster, it stays there. If it's a spell or trap, you add it to your hand, which is really cool. So like best case scenario, you mill a Drytron or add an extender, which is really nice. Next I played Downard. Now, Papa Pisai, you only have 2 points left. There's no room for Zeus. But there is something that I play in the extra deck that I actually had to use the Downard for to rank up into. Because in main phase 2, you can just slap this on any one of your level 1s, which gives you a rank 4. And sometimes you need a rank 4 on board. Other rank 4s are the Tornado Dragon. And then here comes my pointed cards. Daigusto Emerald is 1 point. So I played 2. So that's all 100 points. Why I play the Downard Magician is because Drill Driver Vespinato. So this is a rank 5 that comes up with the next package that I'm going to show you. And sometimes you just need a 2500 machine to bring out, and Downward Magician works very well with that. In a simplified game state, go main phase 2, overlay Downward Magician on top of one of your rank 1s, and then boom, you already got your rank 5, which is a machine that you can use to ritual summon, or you can use with your full armored XYZ to rank up into your full armored Dark Knight Lancer. That goes with your XYZ Armor Fortress that searches these two. So the thing about XYZ Armor Fortress, which is also a machine that you can tribute off for your ritual summons, is that in order to use it as XYZ material, it cannot have any material on it. And it detaches to search these two. So that's why these are hard bricks, and you want to put them back in your deck. But if you can't, and you hard drew one of these, what you can do is just search the other one and leave material on it, and then put your Drill Driver Vespinato on one of your other rank 4s, which allows you the opportunity to rank up into full armor Dark Knight Lancer. Drill Driver Vespinato says that you can't XYZ summon with it during the turn it was summoned. So the next turn, you activate your full armored XYZ to overlay this on top of your Vespinato instead of your full armored XYZ Fortress. I just thought that was really cool, and I wanted to let you guys know about that. See if you can cook anything more with that, but that's why I play these two rank 5 machines. So that's that package. I opted to play the number F0 Utopic Future. I couldn't get my hands on that other Utopic monster. And then obviously I don't have the 20 points to play the guy that goes on top of this. So I just played this to help consolidate my board a little bit more if it came to that point. And then finally, my Metamorphosis target is Millennium Eyes Restrict. So ideally, the scenario is I use Drytron Nova, special summon a Drytron monster from my deck, like Alpha or Zeta, and then I use Metamorphosis, tribute it off to the graveyard so I can use it later, and then summon out Millennium Eyes Restrict, which can negate hand traps or monsters on the field by attaching them from the graveyard or the field to this card. I was able to activate this during my match against Jacob William and absorb one of his MST monsters. I forgot what that archetype is called. But yeah, so this can also negate Droll and Lockbird, which I thought was really cool. Instead of playing something like Call by the Grave or Crossout Designator with all those points, I figured I could just play the one Metamorphosis, and at least I get a body on board that can negate once per turn, which is better than just the one Called by the Grave, I figured. And I figured I would have enough ways to access Drytron monsters that I would always have it live. But, I mean, that was my logic to it, but you don't have to follow that. And then finally, the side deck. So obviously, this is a 100-point tournament, so everything in this side deck is free. Lava Golem, one of the most broken cards in this format. You can just clear fields with it. Like, I cannot wait to play a 40-card deck so I can see this more often. I might even main deck this card. It's just that good. And it's so good that I want to search it too. I figured since I was playing Drytrons, I could play Dark Spirit's Mastery, which can discard one Drytron card or any card in your hand to search a level 8 Fiend or a Destiny board card. So the level 8 Fiend you are searching is Lava Golem. So yeah, Lava Golem is searchable. Obviously, I don't have enough points for Thrust in this deck. So I maxed out since I really need to see this. So I played 6 copies of Lava Golem in the side deck in order to be able to out my opponent's boards very easily. Next up is Dark Ruler No More. This is vestiges of this being a Zeus Turbo deck. Obviously, there's no Zeus in here, but what we do have is Bethor. So essentially, you Dark Rule your opponent like I did against Dancing Joe, and then you Ritual Summon Bethor and then pop their entire field. It was amazing. So yeah, this is really good with Bethor or with Zeus. So in a hybrid deck like this, it's still really good. Next up, I was just looking at other free stuff. I didn't have enough extra deck space for the Ultimate Slayer, so I thought of the next best thing, which is another discard outlet, Book of Lunar Eclipse. Since there's no link monsters or anything like that, you'll always be able to target your opponent's cards to flip them face down and essentially turn them off. And I figured this would go really good with a Drytron card, since you're not really caring about the fact that your Drytron cards are going to the graveyard. Sure, there's DD Crow and Skullmeister in this format, which really hinders this actually. But just getting that into graveyard means that you're not going negative on this, and you're outing 2 things potentially, and if your opponent negates it, then whatever. You didn't really lose out on anything. And then finally, Cosmic Cyclone for the back row decks. You pay 1,000, banish it. Get rid of that card forever. And it's just really strong, this format, in my opinion. All right, guys, that was the updated Megalith Drytron deck profile. I'm going to update this to pure Megalith for the next Genesis tournament, most likely. But I wanted to try this out, and hopefully you guys watched for 25 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. But, I mean, I do know that the people that are into this type of deck are super passionate, so you probably will watch this whole video. So, shout-outs to you for sticking around. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Subscribe for more content. Should be posting more Genesis content soon. I go every Saturday to TGS in Tinley Park. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye.